and I just sit and stare at the wall. And I'm like, what the is going on, you know?
From being accused of abuse by 2 different women to being called a dick by Bethany Frankel, this is why Jonah Hill is in big trouble over assault charges. The first allegation comes from Sarah Brady, who's a surfer, and she's not happy with Jonah. She went on her Instagram and put him on blast, accusing him of being a total misogynist and emotionally abusive. And you know how social media works. It spread like wildfire, sparking a heated debate online about what's cool and what's definitely not cool in a relationship. But what are these allegations really about? Well, Sarah put up a few stories on her Instagram showing everyone text messages that she says Jonah sent her when they were a thing. In those messages, Jonah was all about setting some seriously strict boundaries for their relationship. And these aren't just regular boundaries. He basically told her to completely cut off her life outside her relationship with him. She was told not to surf with other men, which, when you're literally a pro surfer, doesn't really sound like the most feasible thing. He also told her not to post any swimsuit pictures, which should be none of his business in the first place. And he even told her not to become friends with other women. He was trying to control almost every aspect of her life, and it was even affecting her career. Not cool, Jonah. Not cool at all. And then he goes on to say that those boundaries were all about the trust issues he had because of stuff from her wild recent past. I'm not exactly sure what he's talking about, but it definitely doesn't sound good. Now, here's where things get kind of messy. Some people are saying Sarah shouldn't have gone public with this and that she should have dealt with the matter privately, but she's defending her decision, saying she just wanted to warn other girls about this kind of behavior. You know, girl power and all that. But believe it or not, Sarah hasn't exactly received universal support. Some of Jonah's fans think Sarah is overreacting to the whole thing and that Jonah was simply doing what any man would do in his situation. But Sarah said she tried all she could to save their relationship. She even saw a couples therapist, who in turn simply took Jonah's side and told Sarah to start pedaling away from male surfers. This guy's a professional? Yikes! But Sarah's not alone in this. Former Zoe 101 star, Alexa Nicholas, also came forward and accused Jonah of physical assault. She claimed that when she was just 16 years old and Jonah was 24, he allegedly did something really not cool at a party. And by not cool, I mean downright terrible. According to her, Jonah asked her to step outside with him to grab a cigarette. All right, sounds innocent enough, right? Ignoring the fact that Alexa was 16 for a minute. But this is where things took an even darker turn. Alexa says that as they were heading back inside, Jonah slammed her against the door and then shoved his tongue down her throat. Oh, that's beyond not cool. It's creepy and unacceptable. Now we gotta be real here, people. We can't just take these allegations lightly. It's a he said, she said situation, and we don't have all the facts. But dang, that's a serious accusation, and it's career-ending if true. It's tough though, because this allegedly happened way back in 2008, and now people are trying to piece together what went down. Can you imagine how tricky it is to prove something like this after all these years? And let's not forget, Alexa was just a teenager at the time, while Jonah was already an adult. That power dynamic is a major concern here. It's just an all-around bad situation, and both sides of the story are getting a ton of flack. But hey, we're not detectives, and we can't play judge and jury. It's not up to us to decide who's right and who's wrong. What we can do is listen, support those who come forward, and make sure their voices are heard. So what did Jonah Hill say about all this? Well, nothing official yet. Dude's probably in a tough spot. Damned if he responds and damned if he doesn't. And who knows, maybe we'll never really know what went down. But it's crazy how personal stuff like this becomes a big show for the whole world. It's like we're all part of some wild reality TV drama. When someone as famous as Jonah gets hit with serious allegations, you know it's gonna make headlines. And boy, has it. The media's all over this like sharks, and everyone's got an opinion. But this could be disastrous for the star's career. Jonah's no stranger to the limelight, and he's had his share of ups and downs in Hollywood. But this is a whole new level of drama. Some fans are standing by him, saying we should wait for all the facts before making any judgments. Others, well, they're not so forgiving. See, the thing about being in showbiz is that one wrong move can tarnish your image. And let's be real, Jonah's career has been a roller coaster. He's been in blockbuster hits and earned his fair share of accolades. But these allegations, they might just change everything.
No, excuse me. I have a lot to talk about, and I have a lot to say.
I have a
and these
voice,
people didn't
too.
come here to watch you talk about the movie. They want to hear my opinions. On the world?
On the world?
Hollywood's a fickle place, and fans have a long memory. If these accusations stick, it could spell trouble for Jonah's career. Studios might think twice before casting him in big roles, and endorsements might drop him like a hot potato. It's a tough spot to be in, for sure. Jonah's gotta navigate this storm carefully if he wants to come out on top. Some celebs have weathered scandals before, but it's never easy. And with social media and cancel culture at full throttle, one wrong move can send your career down the drain. This isn't the first time he's been in hot water, and it's definitely not the first time he's faced cancel culture. Back in 2014, the cameras caught Jonah using a homophobic slur towards a paparazzo. He was caught by the photographer while he was in a bad mood, and in an effort to shoo him away, Jonah called him the F slur. Again, not cool, Jonah, not cool at all. That incident sparked outrage and put him on the defense, facing heavy criticism from fans and the LGBTQ+ community. It was a major blunder, and he had some serious apologizing to do. He apologized for the whole thing in an interview with Jimmy Fallon. And hey, he seemed pretty remorseful about the whole thing too. A lot of his fans accepted his apology, but there were still a lot of people who were offended that he'd used that word so casually in the first place. But all things considered, this didn't have a major impact on his career.
My name is Jonah Hill, and I am so excited to be here. A lot of hosts say, hey, it's been a great year for me. But really, it's been a great year for me.
Now with these new allegations from Sarah and Alexa, it's like history repeating itself. Jonah's no stranger to scandals, and it's a pattern that's hard to ignore. Some fans might be willing to give him the benefit of the doubt, but others are just fed up with his track record. In Hollywood, a reputation is everything, and Jonah's faced an uphill battle to redeem himself time and time again. Will he be able to bounce back from this latest drama? It's hard to say, but one thing's for sure. He's got a lot of damage control to do if he wants to salvage his career. And it's not just the fans that have an opinion on everything, it's also the celebrities. Bethany Frankel, the no-nonsense star from Real Housewives of New York, didn't hold back when she called Jonah a in response to the allegations. She spilled the beans on her own not-so-great encounter with Hill on The Tonight Show, describing him as a total snob who made her feel small. Conservative commentator Candace Owens jumped in too, fiercely defending Jonah and declaring that his leaked text messages were no big deal. She went all out, labeling Brady's actions as misandry and some sort of toxic feminism, while making a stand for men's rights to have boundaries and respect in relationships. Meanwhile, NBA player Devin Booker showed some love for Jonah by posting a photo of him on his Instagram stories with a salute emoji. And the comedian Kathy Griffin, well, she couldn't resist chiming in either, finding the texts very juicy. Yeah, we all know how much she loves some spicy gossip. But overall, celebrities are trying to be very careful with their words. And a lot of Jonah's closest friends in Hollywood are getting a ton of flack because of it. So from being called a by Bethany Frankel to being accused of abuse by two different women, this was why Jonah Hill is in big trouble over assault charges.